come inside before you get sick. He looked up. A single mom in a diner apron held the door open, concern written across her face. She placed a warm plate of food in front of him. You don't have to pay. You need this more than I do. He stared at her, stunned. This woman had no idea he was a billionaire pretending to be broke, and in that moment, her kindness changed everything. Before the story continues, if you enjoy emotional stories like this, consider subscribing and liking the video. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from. It's always amazing to see how far these stories travel. Months earlier, that same man sat in a glass-walled office overlooking the city. His name was Daniel, a billionaire known for building one of the largest tech companies in the country. But the room that screamed success felt empty. He stood outside a conference room and overheard his girlfriend laughing with his business partner. I don't love him, she whispered. I just love the lifestyle. His hand froze on the door handle. And if he lost everything? The partner asked. She laughed again. Then I'd be gone. Daniel stepped back quietly, the words hitting harder than any business loss. That night, he sat alone in his penthouse, staring at the city lights. Do people even love me, or just my money? He murmured. The next morning, he made a decision. He handed control of daily operations to his executives, packed simple clothes, and disappeared. Within days, he became Dan, a struggling delivery driver trying to start over. That's how he ended up outside the diner. The woman who helped him was named Maya. She worked double shifts while raising her 7-year-old son, Ethan. The next evening, Daniel returned to the diner, pretending he had another delivery nearby. You again? She smiled. Long day? He nodded. Yeah, deliveries never stop. She slid him a glass of water. Sit. You look exhausted. He watched her juggle customers, wipe tables, and still check her phone every few minutes. Everything okay? He asked. My son's at home with a neighbor, she said. I'd just like to make sure he's fine. Daniel felt something unfamiliar, admiration. Days turned into weeks. He kept returning. One evening, he noticed her struggling to carry a heavy box. Let me help, he said. You don't have to. I want to. After closing, he walked her home. Her apartment building was old, the hallway lights flickering. Sorry it's not much, she said, unlocking the door. It's warm, he replied honestly. Ethan ran toward her. Mom! She laughed and hugged him. This is Dan. He helped me today. Ethan grinned. Do you know how to fix things? Our sink is broken. Daniel chuckled. I can try. He rolled up his sleeves and spent 20 minutes repairing the leak. Water stopped dripping. Ethan clapped. You're a hero. Maya smiled. Thank you. Really? It's nothing, he said, but inside, he felt something real growing. Soon, he became part of their routine. He walked Ethan to school when Maya worked early shifts. They shared simple dinners. They laughed over cheap takeout. For the first time, Daniel felt peaceful without luxury. One evening, Maya sat quietly at the table, staring at unpaid bills. Rough day? He asked. She forced a smile. Just life. You can tell me. She sighed. Rent's overdue. I'll figure it out. Daniel wanted to help immediately. He could solve it in seconds. But he held back. If he revealed the truth, everything would change. You always figure things out, he said gently. She nodded, though worry filled her eyes. The next day, a stern landlord knocked on her door. I need the rent by the end of the week, he said. No more extensions. Maya swallowed hard. Please, just a little more time. I've heard that before. Daniel stood silently beside her, fists clenched, feeling the weight of the lie growing heavier. She closed the door slowly after the landlord left, her shoulders dropping. Ethan looked up from the couch. Mom, are we moving? She forced a smile. No, sweetheart. Everything's okay. Daniel could see it wasn't. That night, he lay awake in his small rented room, staring at the ceiling. One phone call could fix everything. One transfer. One signature. But he remembered the promise he made to himself, to find someone who loved him for who he was, not what he had. Still, watching her struggle felt unbearable. The next few days, he tried helping in small ways. He took extra delivery shifts and quietly bought groceries, pretending they were leftovers from a cancelled order. Maya noticed. "You don't have to do this," she said gently. "I know. I just don't like seeing you worried." She looked at him carefully. "You're kind, Dan. But you should take care of yourself too." He smiled, though guilt weighed heavily on him. One afternoon, Maya's coworker rushed into the diner. "Maya, turn on the TV. You need to see this." The news flashed across the screen, a live press conference. Daniel stood on stage in a tailored suit, surrounded by cameras, signing a billion-dollar partnership deal. His real name appeared boldly on the screen. Maya froze. The plate in her hand slipped, crashing to the floor. That's Dan," she whispered. Her heart pounded as the reporter spoke about the mysterious billionaire who had been out of the public eye for months. Every word felt like a betrayal. That evening, Daniel walked toward her apartment, rehearsing how he might finally tell her the truth. The door opened before he knocked. Maya stood there, eyes red. "You should have told me," she said quietly. He froze. "Maya, so it's true?" Her voice trembled. "You're a billionaire?" He nodded slowly. "Yes, but was my life just part of your experiment?" she interrupted, tears forming. "No. I never meant. You watched me struggle," she said, voice breaking. "You let me worry about rent, about my son, when you could have helped. I wanted you to love me for me," he said desperately. "I already did," she whispered. "And you lied." The words cut deeper than anything he'd ever heard. "Please, Maya. What I feel for you is real." She stepped back. "I need you to leave." Ethan peeked from behind her. "Dan?" Daniel swallowed hard. "Take care, buddy." The door closed softly, but it felt final. Days passed. Daniel returned to his luxury penthouse, but the silence was unbearable. Expensive furniture, city views, everything felt empty. He scrolled through his phone, staring at her contact, but every call went unanswered. Meanwhile, Maya continued working. She kept her distance, focusing on Ethan, though her heart ached. The landlord's deadline approached again. One morning, she walked past an old building that had recently reopened. A sign read, "Community Support Center for Single Parents." Curious, she stepped inside. Volunteers were arranging chairs. At the far end of the room, someone in a simple shirt and jeans was fixing a broken table. She stopped. "Dan?" she whispered. He looked up, surprised. "Maya, you work here?" He wiped his hands. "I started it. For families who need support." She glanced around. "You did this?" "I sold my penthouse," he admitted quietly. "Stepped away from most of my company. I wanted to live differently." Before she could respond, Ethan ran in from behind her. "Dan!" He hugged him tightly. "You disappeared." Daniel knelt and hugged him back. "I miss you, buddy." Maya watched, emotions swirling. "Why would you give all that up?" "Because none of it mattered without you," he said. "I lied about my life, but I never lied about loving you." Her eyes filled with tears. "You hurt me. I know. And I'll spend the rest of my life making it right, if you let me." Silence hung between them. Then she stepped closer. "You didn't need to be rich. I only needed you to be real." He nodded. "I'm trying to be." She hesitated, then reached for his hand. "I forgive you." Relief flooded his face. He gently held her hand, afraid the moment might vanish. Ethan grinned. "Does this mean you're coming back?" Maya laughed softly through tears. "Maybe." They stepped outside together, sunlight replacing the heavy clouds. Sometimes love isn't proven by wealth, but by the willingness to give it all up. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more emotional stories, and comment below where you're watching from. The three of them walked down the street, not as a billionaire and a struggling single mom, but as a family built on truth.